Hey, this is Tony Anthony out of Canada, and I definitely endorse SPRB Radio Podcast with 10-Star General and Sharon Manga. Yeah, man, I definitely endorse SPRB Radio Podcast with a 10-Star General and Sharon Manga. Check them out, all right? Cool.
This is Kenya Eugene, straight out of the U.S. Virgin Islands, and I fully endorse SPRB Radio Podcast with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. Big up ISM.
Yeah, it's your girl, Kerry Lopez. I'm so right about now. I'm representing for SPRB Radio Podcast. Not no normal, but that's what I'm saying. 10-Star General. Big up yourself. And the beautiful host herself, Sharon Mango, Kerry Lopez in Jamaica, representing for the podcast show there. I'm going to tell the people, check it out. Not no normal about the settings for me. I send you there, you know what time it is. They come see me. Yeah, me tell you, say whenever I wanna mix business with pleasure. Yeah, man. I wait there. Check out the podcast now, man. 10-Star, tell them the man.
This is Jojo Mack, and I always tune into the SPRB Radio Podcast with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. If you love a good conversation, you should too. Check it out.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to
Stock in Promotion, Royal Blend Radio.
The station with integrity, the station with a difference. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown says so. Full endorsement.
Stock in Promotion, Royal Blend Radio.
We not stop till we drop. Zane, bless.
Hey, listen up. This is Jerry Harris, SPRB Radio Podcast Show. Check it out with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. The live conversation show. Check it out. Don't left it out. Oh yeah. Hey, SPRB Radio Podcast. SPRB Radio Podcast with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. Yeah, SPRB Radio Podcast. SPRB Radio Podcast. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Yes. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Now.
The Live Conversation Show.
Radio Podcast with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. Check it out.
This is The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com.
Hello everyone, I am Pistol and this is The Buzz. When I see a show with 24 men, I don't call it a show. I call it a balls fest, straight up. That's the assessment of legendary dancehall cultural DJ Sister Carol as it relates to the disparity in the ratio of male to female artists on stage at many major reggae dancehall shows and festivals. Sister Carol believes there is still a wide open space for young cultural female DJs to make their mark, and they should be nurtured and given opportunities like their male counterparts, while pointing out Jamaican music's remarkable influence on the world, noted in her lamentations that based on what she has seen internationally, women are in demand, and promoters in Jamaica, the birthplace of reggae, need to step up to the plate. As far as Sister Carol is concerned, the globe is fertile ground with huge opportunities for female reggae musicians, artists, promoters, and all other functionaries in reggae and dancehall music. Retired cricketer turned recording artist Chris Gale is celebrating success in India after the track O Fatima, on which he's featured, reached millions of ears in just a week. The video has reached over 4 million views on YouTube in its first week, and we went on some really big platforms to promote it. We went on the Kapil Sharma TV show in Mumbai, India, which reaches 45 million people in India on Sony TV. Gale told reporters, O Fatima stars Indian singer Arko. It was produced by Michelle Nishant Dayal, while Ramji Gulati directed the official music video, which premiered on May 22nd. Meanwhile, Gale said that the Jamaican brand has helped tremendously in promoting his work in the East. Music producer Fitzroy Francis is elated with his newly released album, Songs of Euphony, by Nigerian recording artist Freddie Green. The project was produced under Francis's Mightyful 13 Records alongside VPAL Music and was released on May 19th. The album has 12 vocal tracks and one instrumental, which explores topics such as international affairs, spirituality, and love for the human community. Francis explained, quote, "The album is an Afrocentric reggae Afrobeat album combining the lyrics and musicianship of Jamaica, Nigeria, and Costa Rica." He went on to say, "I hope that this album can inspire millions of people who are aligned with values and appreciate positive music." Two artists are featured on the album, Roger Ruiz from Costa Rica on Rise Up and Aladdin from Nigeria, who is featured on the tracks It Will Always Be You and Living Below the Breadline. Due to several contributing factors, the album was completed over the course of 4 years. The lead single, Top of the Pop, was pre-released in April. Plans are being put in place for further promotions of this album, as well as other material which are already in the works. The producer elaborated, quote, "At the moment, we are thinking about releasing another single from the album, writing lyrics and creating some new rhythms for upcoming projects." Dancehall producer Omar Miller, better known as Miller 9, will soon face trial for a 2019 home invasion, robbery, and murder in Irvine, California. Miller 9, a former Jamaican cop who was freed of a murder charge on the island over a decade ago, and two other men are set for a pre-trial hearing on June 9, 2023, before the commencement of their jury trial on October 6, 2023, according to California court records. The producer of Lauderdale, Florida, and fellow Jamaican Andre Andrews of Miramar, Florida, are both charged with special circumstances of murder committed during the commission of a robbery, murder committed during the commission of a burglary, and 3 felony enhancements for personal use of a firearm and inflicting great bodily injury. The two have been in custody since January 2020, when they were arrested in Florida and extradited to California. Tifa is spelling out more performances and new music. When one of the BADDEST female DJs stepped out on the stage of Strictly 2K recently, the patrons of Mass Camp erupted in song and cheers. This was Tifa's first performance in years on a Jamaican stage, and she was excited by the positive interaction she received from fans. She said, quote, "The performance was nothing short of awesome. It was a joy to be performing for my people. It's been years since I've performed in Kingston. I was so happy and even more elated that the fans loved it." I am Pistol, and that, my friends, was The Buzz.
That was The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com.
Now here's a song from our sponsor, Jojo Mac.
The Live Conversation Show.
When you see me with your ex, always check if he's on the internet. Girl, you are like a bounce check on every man's list of reject. You need to take a recess. It's time to recoup and reset. You don't want you no longer feel you. Stop stalking us, we can see you. With you we didn't have it good, no. With me got the good, yeah. With you we didn't have it good, no. With me got the good, oh. You can change his mind. You are not his kind. You're from another time when he had lost his mind. You're like a kid, you need a blanket and a bottle. But my man, he needs a woman full throttle. If a woman can please her lover, it's only right he gets another. Looks like you didn't get that text that you are now an ex. Hey. You don't want you no longer feel you. Stop stalking us, we can see you. With you we didn't have it good, no. With me got the good, yeah. With you we didn't have it good, no. With me got the good, You can change his mind. You are not his kind. You're from another time when he had lost his mind. Ain't a crazy many men, many, many men. Good gracious, you're graceless. That's why I'm now with him. You don't want you no longer feel you. Stop stalking us, we can see you. With you we didn't have it good. No, with me got the good. Yeah, with you we didn't have it good. No, with me got the good. You can't change his mind. You are not his kind. You're from another time when he had lost his mind. You don't want you no longer feel you. Stop stalking us, we can see you. With you we didn't have it good. No, with me got the good. Yeah, with you we didn't have it good. No, with me got the good. Yeah. Outrageous, contagious. You got many men, many, many men. Outrageous, contagious. That's why you're not with him. Yeah. That's right. What?
The Live Conversation Show.
Enough people voiceless cause them don't have a choice.
Steffy Biz.
Them speech impaired cause them don't have a voice.
Lazer Maytrix.
That's the frequencies. But we have to make enough sacrifice. John Oster.
Out of nothing.
The voices them echo against the
Greetings, well known. This is Lloyd Brown, and you are in tune to none other than Stockade Promotions, Royal Blend Radio, the station with a difference.
Enough people voiceless cause them don't have a choice.
Steffy Biz.
Them speech impaired cause them don't have a voice.
Lazer Maytrix.
That's the frequencies. But we have to make enough sacrifice. John Oster.
Out of nothing.
The voices them echo against the wall.
I'm hearing the voices of the poor each day. The voices of the innocent children what I get slain. The voices of the homeless with nowhere to stay. I'm the voice of the voiceless, and this is what I say.
Yeah, the sheep is devoured by the fox. That a facts. Look out for the booby chops. Check the stats. A politician and the cops. Everything whitewash. No justice for the blacks. No say them a rasta. And I done the locks. Likewise, some Christians was say them a orthodox. Them fi good out in the sewage like the roaches and the rats. Corrupt system soon collapse. No people voiceless cause them
Steffy Biz.
Them speech impaired cause them don't have a voice.
The Live Conversation Show.
But we have to make enough sacrifice. John Oster.
Out of nothing.
The voices them echo against the wall.
I'm hearing voices of the poor each day. The voices of the innocent children what I get slain. Voices of the homeless with nowhere to stay. I'm the voice of the voiceless, and this is what I say.
Yeah, the sheep is devoured by the fox. That a facts. Look out for the booby chops. Check the stats. A politician and the cops. Everything whitewash. No justice for the blacks. No say them a rasta. And I done the locks. Likewise, some Christians was say them a orthodox. Them fi good out in the sewage like the roaches and the rats. Corrupt system soon collapse. I'm hearing
the voices of the poor each day. The voices of the innocent children what I get slain. The voices of the homeless got nowhere to stay. I'm the voice of the voiceless, and this is what I say.
Listen, psychological lynching, media houses, totally convincing. Other races in a Jamaica, living like leeches, stealing the springs, the rivers and beaches. Government sell out with them flattering speeches. But me I go buy what nature teaches. Number 2, me can't play. People just pray for me. Ancient warriors set the way for me.
Voices of the poor each day. The voices of the innocent children what I get slain. The voices of the
homeless with nowhere to stay. I'm the voice of the voiceless, and this is what I say.
Give me that time. Yeah, the sheep is devoured by the fox. That a fox. Look out for the booby traps. Check the stats. A politician and the cops. Everything whitewash. No justice for the blacks. Don't say them a rasta. And I down the locks. Likewise, some Christians will say them a orthodox. Them people down in the sewage like the roaches and the rats. Corrupt system soon collapse.
I'm hearing the voices of the poor each day.
This is definitely a collaboration that works.
Children want to get slain.
Lyrical content is heavy.
Homeless with nowhere to stay. I'm the voice of the voiceless, and this is what I say.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown, and you're in tune to SPRB Radio, the station with integrity. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to the team. See?
Yo, shock me. Artists get locked up. I want to go out of the country. Yo, KG.
You know I gotta play one more.
Move. Jail overcrowded with artists. Out of all of them, me are the smartest. Yo, shock me. Can you imagine if every artist get locked up? I want to go out of the country. Yo,
I think this is my tune this year, trust me.
Move. Jail overcrowded with artists. Out of all of them, me are the smartest. Well, if I go to jail, me have to get beer. Me links them tough. We don't know this artist. I'm shock me. Can you imagine if every artist get locked up? I want to go out of the country. Yo, KG.
This is the tune I need to pick up the spirit.
Jail overcrowded with artists. Out of all of them, me are the smartest. Well, if I go to jail, me have to get beer. Me links them tough. Them couldn't do this artist. Can you imagine if every artist get locked up? I want to go out of the country. Yo, KG. Yeah, man, Lazer Maytrixx. Move. Jail overcrowded with artists. Out of all of them, me are the smartest. Well, if I go to jail, me have to get beer. Me links them tough, them couldn't be the service. What kind of thing them a incorporate? A be artists are get incarcerated. Can you imagine some of the artists, them get locked up? Police now wrap up. Bounty killer, cross, hungry in a jail. The man have Tristan for back him in a jail. Jama no stop, screw up him face in a jail. Merciless no stop, right team, mama in a jail. Jack your, right the most hit song in a jail. Flip up a for your water, him a floss in a jail. Elephant man free for thief, light in a jail. Can't tell away the wickedest cocks in a jail. Ovado, and the holy boss in a jail. Put you bant and a walk for the man in a jail. Sarah, if you ever try rape in a jail, some ratty box you with a get in a jail.
Pull it up again, pull it up again, pull it up again.
You're gonna have one hell of an imagination to pull up a song like that, boy. We are telling
you. Wicked, wicked. I love it.
You see, anytime my spirit is feeling down and I put on that tune there, that one just picked me up every time. You know?
It does, it literally does. It picks you up, it makes you come out of it, man. Snap out of it quick.
Real.
Yeah, man.
Lazer Maytrixx, how you doing? You have to unmute yourself though.
Yeah, man. It's a good to be part of the platform, you know?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Young man, yes.
Blessings. SPRB Radio Podcast. I don't know. 10-star General Sharon Mango. It's a pleasure to be here, you know? Yeah, man. It's a pleasure to be
here. Sharon.
Original live conversation show.
Absolutely. Yes, it is. And we are so grateful to Carrie Lopez, who put us onto you because we heard little things but didn't really know. And since she knew you, was like, yeah, we got to bring you on because you are the voice, the voiceless, right? You're the voice for the voiceless, let's say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you represent the younger masses coming up. You're not saying you're the old man, you're still a young man. But I'm saying for those who cannot speak, it's all right.
All right.
I'm saying that for you, you are the voice for them because where they don't have an outlet, right? Where they don't have an outlet, you are the outlet for them. You listen to them. You're there in the streets. You see what's going on. So it is a pleasure to have you here. It really is. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Sharon Mango. If I didn't say it before, the original Sharon Mango, because it's really my name. So,
Yeah, man.
partner, 10-star general.
Yeah.
Yes, Lazer.
Big up 10 Star, big up Sharon Mango, I don't know.
Yeah. We're going to
Yeah,
get
man.
into your musical journey and history, from where it started. We always take our, audience back, especially when they look back on this interview, maybe in 10, 20 years' time, they can get a pretty good idea of what you've been through and where you have come to so far, you know what I mean? So we want you to share with us your earliest memory. Where would share which parish you were brought up in, what life was like growing up in that parish, family life, and, share with us that for the meantime.
Well, I'm from the second city of Jamaica, which is Montego Bay. St. James is a parish, Montego Bay is a city. So I grew up in a predominantly Christian environment, background, especially in them time, And my mother, I grew up with my grandmother, my step-grandmother, my grandfather, because my mother had migrated to the United States for a better life at an early age. Because my mother, she had me pretty young when she was 16, 17,
Okay.
So, having a child kind of bring a lot of challenges. So, so she got the opportunity to go to the United States. I was living in Jamaica with my step-grandmother and my grandfather. They were church-going people, so as a little youth, you don't know, back in them time, they're strict, you can't, back in them time, it was like, I couldn't even listen to reggae music. Back in them time, if you listen to reggae music, and it was like a sin to listen to reggae music and dance. Back in them time, everything was like a taboo,
Yes.
So, going to church and thing, but my grandfather had a guitar still, so he always play guitar and them thing there, so that was one of the early introduction to music from my grandfather playing the guitar,
Yeah.
And back in them time there was, dancehall, me always going to church, me I listen to music still, and I said the dancehall something yeah, sound good. So, in my community, you used to have a youth named Bobby Culture, where you have a son named Liquor Mystic. Some used to thief out and go watch Bobby as a community artist, a perform. So you watch Bobby Culture DJ on Liquor Mystic. Someone try that something yeah. Yeah, man, and we have an ex-community artist named Kurt Douglas. Kurt Douglas was at that time when we were younger, we used to say, he might only call lyrics, so I asked him, so how you write the lyrics, man? Kurt Douglas, I'm show me how to, compose the lyrics together. But there's a song I didn't really have it on me, because when I was going to school, in school, like in the third grade, fourth grade, I used to love composition. Composition, in English, I used to write good stories. So that was an indication, say, I'm a good storyteller. You know what I say? From those early years, Yeah, but Kurt Douglas and, from there I start listening artists like Pinchers and Lieutenant Stitchy and Papa San, because I always like artists that are detailed, them write detail, and at that time it was Lieutenant Stitchy and Papa San who were detailed artists. Papa San was lyrical, but I did prefer Lieutenant Stitchy because of his voice. His voice. Even how I deliver my lyrics now with a baritone, it was listening to Lieutenant Stitchy and them type of man there.
Funny enough, you mentioned, and I could hear that of what you're talking about in that song, In a Jail.
In that song,
Yeah,
in jail
yeah.
song. And that song was written I did that song 2011.
Imagine, sound fresh.
And I did that song before Cartel went to jail too. I did that song before, prior, before he got locked up. But it was just something, I just said I want to do something original. But before that, and when I was going to school now, when I started high school, you don't know, when the school, the schoolmate them used to play on the desk, We used to listen to rhythm them, so we used to DJ in class, and started from this. So that's one of the early stages. And
which school did you go to?
I went to a school in first I went to Granville Primary, and then I went to Cornwall College, the high school. It is a traditional high school, one of the traditional high schools in Montego Bay, So there I used to, do music, experiment at a younger age with the music,
Right. And I guess in school you had the freedom to express yourself musically.
Yeah.
Did you ever have anything near music class or a music course in school?
No. Well, no. At that time, no, they didn't have a music class. The closest thing we have to that was drama. Yeah, we had drama.
Okay.
And drama included acting, music. So yeah, we had a drama course if you wanted to venture in a drama course at school.
Sharon.
Did you get involved with the drama class just to be close to the music, or try your hand at it?
And I didn't even go in the drama class. I didn't, but I was at that time still. I was thinking about it, because I was in the arts. I mean, I could draw. I used to draw too, besides being an artist, I am also an artist. So I used to draw. So I guess that I'll come with the drama,
Of course, art is a. So do you still draw?
I haven't drawn in a long time. That's why I wonder if I still have it. I haven't drawn in a long time.
I believe once you have it, you can't lose it, man.
Yeah, once you have it,
that's what they say. Just as I express myself lyrically, that's why I express myself in art. I am a detail artist, detail drawer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. So, when did you get your first taste in music? And when I say that, meaning that, you experimented in school, but when did you actually go out there and do something? You know what I mean? Like, what prompted you?
All right, my first recording. All right, back in the days, you used to have like sound clashes.
Right.
So there were two sound systems were supposed to clash: a sound and sound wave, and the next sound. So there was a double studio in Montego named Shy Studios. At that time, Shy Studio was the hottest double studio in Montego Bay. So them said, and at that time, my name was not even Lazer Maytrixx. My original name was Fremmo D or Fremmo D.
Right.
F-R-E-M-M-O, Fremmo D. That was Fremmo D. Because when I was going to school, everybody called me Fremmo. So my first recording was 1990 at a Shiny studio. My first recording was a dub plate to go into a clash. And I did the dub there. And back in them time there, when you're voicing at the plate, I cut live same time, so you can't make a mistake.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it was my first time, but I kind of nervous a little, and I made a little mistake, but it wasn't too obvious because they used the song and the song went good in the clash.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember
How old were you?
Oh no, at the time, probably about 14 at the time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
14,
Well talented, man.
14, 15. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So that was my first recording. My first recording was at Shy Studio and a dub plate. When we used to do this live plate. We used to have to play it live. That was my first recording, 1990. And after 1990, now, I'm in Montego Bay doing my craft. I migrated to the United States in 1991.
Right.
When I migrated to the United States, though, I got different people. As my first idols was like Lieutenant Stitching. But in 1990, with the merge of Cape Breton, that's how I say Cape Breton, I did like OMDJ because it was like you know, it was like a different Lieutenant Stitch at the time to me because he did have something like Granny Yalova. I used to like him DJ because he reminded me so much of Lieutenant Stitch. And I'm talking about Caperton early years, you know? So at the time, we start one DJ like Caperton. So when me drop America now, I start DJ like Caperton. I start saying things like, run things 24/7, 48, 4, you don't know, say, I'm Fremmo D. And then my name was Fremmo D. And then they say, what did D stand for? One of my brethren asked me. So they said, I put on Dignitary on the name. So I ended up when I reached Florida, my name was Fremmo Dignitary.
Okay.
So my first recording now when I came to South Florida was for J-Life. J-Life record was Percy. Percy ended up voice, Caperton on that rhythm. Then when I said, number one up on the look good shot.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
J-Life. That was J-Life produced that song. So I voice a song named I can't remember the song I voiced, but I voiced for J-Life. I think I tell you, Special Attention was the song, yeah. Special Attention I voiced for J-Life. And J-Life did have a J-Life used to sell records in Miami, in a place in Flea Market in Coral City. And then used to have an impression by him, Big Man, we call him. Big Man did have a label too. A Big Man vice me on the label. At that time now, rest in peace, Boom Dynamite. At in that time there, 91, 92, you know, I started doing a lot of shows in Miami, you know, and start making a name for myself. But one of the first voices I did before I come to Boom Dynamite, I wanted something about it, but before I reached this, when I reached in America, Finger Stewart's son, Finger, was one of the first person that recorded me and a dub plate. Finger Stewart's son, Finger, and that is Caperton engineer currently now. He was one of the first person to record me, different from J-Life. You know, but back in them time, you know, sound system culture too, you know, just like in Jamaica. So we used to DJ on a sound named Black Melody. You know, Black Melody that rode Miami at the time. You know, so I start do a whole heap of dub plate and show me that DJ like Caperton, but I get a whole heap of respect because I said, you just come from Jamaica, Fremmo Dignitary, you know, start DJ like Caperton. So in South Florida, I started do a whole heap of show. And then in 1993, you know, I was at a place in Cloverleaf. I have a place in Cloverleaf, and it was like a weed base. But the bridge didn't have a sound named Buzz. 1993, this now me I tell you, about 30 years ago, you know. I mean, Boom Dynamite come America. So when we start DJing now, we have Boom Dynamite start DJing on Golden Touch Sound. And Boom Dynamite say, yo, we have a DJ at Jamaica named Montego, but we heard about Montego still because we used to hear him sing them. But he tell me, say, me carry Montego got a studio. They say, yeah, you carry him. At that time, Boom Dynamite have him show me, at that time, Boom Dynamite did have songs on record. You know what I say? But here we go on and with Dandama now. I'm tell Dandama this before him drop out there. We have a lyrics named Yo Orokumo.
Okay.
Dandama take the lyrics there.
Right.
So every time Dandama take the lyrics now, everybody, because it was a famous lyrics in Florida, Dandama end up from record this song with Montego. You know what I say? But so
how does the lyrics go?
It was a lyrics from the 93 name. Yo, Ori come up, them woke up in a wicked, cold-blooded murderer. And a ball. When they woke up in a gangster, wicked and gangster. That song there.
I remember. Did he voice that on the Priceless label?
Yeah, in Price in Montego, yeah.
Yeah. Price, I remember. Okay.
But when I did that song, Boom Dynamite never know that I voiced it. I did voice it for Big Man, who was J-Life friend.
Right.
So the record was out, I think we call them 12-inch, or they used to call it Disco 45.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. The 12-inch records, you know? And over the years, and people say, yo, can't believe that Dynamite. But over the years, you know, I never really thought this song again. And Boom Dynamite was such a good friend to me.
Yeah.
I just never use it against him. He was such a good friend that, you know, I think that even encouraged me to know that I can become a force to be reckoned in the music because I'm big. Because we have Dandama as big star, big star like Dandama and we have said, it was an encouragement to continue the music. And Dandama didn't really know the business, More than even we know bars and this and that, And me and Dandama a friend from them time, but we never
I never knew you and Dundamite went back so far.
Yeah, we did not. We didn't even know that.
And let me tell you before I even forget to mention this, the phone, what I'm doing is Zoom on. Dandama give me that phone right before I'm passing.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, man, me and Dandama, we go back from way back. He was such a good friend, Yeah, man,
Before you go any further, let's just pay our respects to Boom Dandama, who sadly passed away. Share with us, the man you know as Boom Dandama.
Donovan Herman Stewart was a very humble youth, very humble, very helpful, very kind, and he always yearned for the best thing to happen in his career, And we don't know when he started from Scare Them Crew, it consists of Elephant Man, Nitty Kochi, Harry Tadler, and they were one of the hottest group in the mid-90s, going to the late 90s, I guess to the early 2000s, And Boom Dynamite was a very encouraging dude. He always loved people. He's a very loved individual. That's why his passing, it is felt so much within the music community. Because he was such a humble person, Great youth and thing. And he was billed to work for Sumfest, coming up, It was unfortunately that he's passed physically. But you don't know, his energy will always live on, because once you have good energy, I don't think your energy dies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And here's the power of good energy that you're talking about. Because even though I did not know Boom Dandamite personally, right? Even from afar, even through, technology and social media, you could feel that Boom Dandamite was a person that everybody wanted to get to know because he had that good vibe about him, And strangely enough, it felt like many of us knew him, even though we didn't know him.
Because there's a lot of people tell me that. There's a Matrix. So I've never met him before, but I just feel his energy, And people are sobbing, crying sincerely, and they have never met him physically. That's so, powerful he is.
Yeah. So Sharon, I'm going to let you continue from there.
Yeah, it was a sad thing. Again, I have to reiterate the fact that we didn't know, your friendship went back that far. You know what I mean? And but the mission continues. I mean, it is what it is, and we never know when it's our time. We never know, and I think everybody was pulling for him to come through, after the accident. But again, the mission continues, and you are part of that mission. So after coming here now, but you said your mother's here, correct? Is your mother in America?
No, my mother, she's living in the States.
Right. Your mother's in America, but you came here to the States. So in the States now, you are meeting a bunch of people. I'm trying to remember what name I remember. You met up with is it Anthony Cruz that gave you your name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maytrix, because it was Fremmo. It was Fremmo for a while, right?
Yeah.
Dignitary.
Still in Miami. Because in Miami, I have a issue. When I was in Miami, when I was voicing for Jah Life, I met an artist named Liquor General. He changed his name to La Vasca. No, but at the time, La Vasca is his real name actually, but his name was Liquor General. So I met Liquor General. So me and Liquor General, because everybody said, where did somebody here come from? So Liquor General said to me, so we have a bridging while live at Miramar, when he am Taros, and him DJ. So I say, I got introduced to him because I make him hear a song and him rate up. So I was living at Miami at the time, and you know, Dade County, and then Broward County was like the next county over. So you know, Miami's counties. So we're gonna make this shoot named Taros. And Taros, you know, we start exchanging lyrics and then become friends. So it was like the trio we used to part. Liquor General, Fremmo, and Taros, and we used to be all both a DJ. You know, which is Taros Riley now. So
right, yeah, I thought so. I was thinking, yeah. Yeah,
so Taros now used to live over Miramar. So you know, I used to go over there. I know Taros. Jimmy was like my father. You know, I used to go over Taros yard and they all boat. You know what I'm saying? Taros was a DJ. Terror Fabulous was he used to be inspired by Terror Fabulous. Terror Fabulous, he used to DJ like Terror Fabulous, you know. And we all boat until Taros said to me, "Why from you know say Jamaica we have to go there. Jamaica we have to go for a bus, man." So Taros and Liquor General came to Jamaica. They were at the time they were managed by Bello, Blemo, which is White Mice, was in charge of True Love, brother.
Okay.
Crime, Mr. Crime. So Crime took La Vasca. La Vasca was the leading artist at the time, and Taros was just, you know, his what you call it now, the second fiddle then, you know, to La Vasca. And you know, La Vasca go on good, and then you know, I go on good at Jamaica. They used to call me every day. So when I come to Jamaica now, and it was La Vasca, me, Taros, and three of us. And I get introduced to Anthony Cruz now by Taros, because Anthony Cruz was living like a couple blocks. And Anthony Cruz used to live at the studio named Heavy Beat Studio, which was, the engineer was Willie Lindo, but it was a house studio. Willie Lindo and Kashif Lindo used to live at the studio. And Anthony Cruz used to live at the studio. I remember back in them time, they used to see Berries, used to come at the studio, advice for Willie, Kashif, Wayne, you know, Honorable, DJ Honorable Apache, Screwdriver used to be there.
Barry Biggs.
Yeah.
My man Barry Biggs.
Yes.
So I met Anthony Cruz in Miami. And then there was also an ex-artist now, Ricky Rudy. Ricky Rudy now was also in a recruiter. Ricky Rudy now was
Bling Dog.
Yeah, Ricky Rudy was living in Miami at the time. He was big and fat. And you know, when he used to DJ, he used to short a break. You know, but you know, it's in 1993 when Bounty Killer just come to America. I remember the first time Bounty Killer come to Miami. Ricky Rude, you know, was the one where was approach Killer, and him approach Killer bravely, and although he was a big kid, they take on to him and you know, give him the rating. That's just, you know, like first impression last.
Right.
From this on, Ricky Rooney, you know, and then him do the same thing, say, you know, it's Jamaica, me go. And he come to Jamaica, but it was challenging when him come to Jamaica, because at one time Ricky Rooney there at Jamaica, him get shot too, you know. You know, it was a journey. Yeah, him get shot because Ricky Rooney was like, I think Ricky Rooney and Louis Culture, his cousin. So Ricky Rooney just come to Jamaica. He used to live in Portland.
You learn
but it was hard
every
to go
day.
from Portland to Kingston. Yeah.
Right.
And so it was me, Anthony Cruz, Ricky Rody, and Taros. But Taros was a DJ, he was a DJ like Terror Fabulous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you come to Jamaica now, him start to one thing. So when we come to Jamaica now, I made Anthony Cruz, me link back with Anthony Cruz, I link back with Taros. And Anthony Cruz was voicing for Fifth Element.
Okay.
So Anthony Cruz draw me back to the camp. At the time, Etana just come from Miami, because she used to live in Miami too. We know her as Shana. So Etana just forward, Cruz bring Richie Spice and Chuck Fender. in the Fifth Element camp. You know, and them did that go on, so when we just come to Jamaica, they were already in the process, Richie Spice. So Cruz introduced me. And now they did have like a dancehall part of the camp, which was run by a bridge named Sean. So they said, "What your name?" Then they said, "DJ Lyrics, I'm a DJ." And they said, "I see a bad." They must say, "This a DJ, you know, they were comparing me to, you know, I guess the top who was on the top of the food chain as an artist at the time. So they said, "What your name?" I said, "Fremmo Dignitary." I said, what kind of name that? Where's the crew? What name there? I have to take it to us a Fremmo Dignitary. Them say you're too bad for the name, man. But we had the name for so many years. You know what I'm saying? So you're too bad for the name there. So at the same time, I had on a jersey, and the jersey was a Blazer shirt. So Cruz said, you know, so they're going to name him Lazer, take off the B and name him Lazer Cruz. And I said, Lazer, what do you mean the last name, man? You need because Ninja have man, Terror Fabulous, Sprugger have Benz.
Yeah.
So you need Lazer with something, you know?
Right. Something missing.
So, yeah, something missing.
Yeah.
So then Cruz said, you know, say a matrix can move like a matrix. And then everybody in one accord with a unanimous decision say, yo, that time name, you know, Lazer Maytrixx say your name.
Right.
Voice a song in that name. And Pasco, aka Sean Element, was the first one to voice a song in that name as Lazer Maytrixx in Jamaica.
Okay. And what was the name of the song?
Is that song name? Is that song name? Shoeboat.
Shoeboat. Okay. Okay.
I tell the girl the Shoeboat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And what year did that song go to? What year?
That was about 2003.
2000. So 2003 would have been your first major release then.
No, I had that release in Fremmo Dignitary. Fremmo Dignitary. I had a lot of songs released in that name.
Okay. Why can't we get those songs here today?
You can. I see them online, you know.
Oh.
Fremmo Dignitary, but
I'm gonna have to do a search.
But like you said you can get them online. Did you like register your music at that time? Did you have any knowledge of registering your music?
Yeah, from them time because not at that time. Not that time because in them time the earlier years, you know, it was the era of record, you know, the actual physical record. I talk about the 90s.
Right.
You know, and all of that name, you know. But then when I made the transition now to Lazer Maytrixx, then you know, and you know, everything just make a transition towards, you know, registering and all that, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. No, so what I'm saying is, so Fremmo Dignitary, where is that? I'm like, who has that music?
Which producers? I'm not for the producer, them all. Big man music vice for him drop out, and music vice for named John Heron. I don't know why I'm there because Ninja Food advice. You know, so I was at Dancehall Thursday. I said Ninja Food, originally named John over the advice back in the time. Where they? Nobody knew. And then nobody know where he's at. And then my uncle, my uncle did have a label in the name Warlord label, Father Mark. And a voice, a song on his label under that name as well, you know.
Okay.
You know, people my voice, I can't remember them, but I know I go online, I see Warlord label, which is my uncle label, and I see John Heron, which is my Slam Dunk label, you know, one or two of them under that name.
Okay. So you can, all right, well, we're gonna have to look that up. Are you looking for his name? Because I'm
on the Fremmo, nothing comes up. Fremmo or Fremmo Dignitary, nothing comes up. And it's just the way the industry sometimes, they don't really release certain tunes, or sometimes if there's a big demand for it, if they still have it in the archives, they will, publish it on iTunes or wherever it is. But I think there would have to be a demand, or you may find it on a compilation somewhere.
Yeah.
And to your surprise, you may find out that some other label may pick it up and release it without your knowledge, because these things do happen.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot. Like, well.
So by this time, after releasing that tune in I think you said 2003, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, did you know it was music you wanted to do?
Yeah, man, pretty much, because prior to them something then, I was telling you, my grandfather did have a guitar, and then I start, what I call it now, I start learn how to play the guitar.
Right.
Experiment, I should say.
Right.
And self-taught, and I learned 1 or 2 chords from a couple of people to see me. So I used to play the guitar. I started playing the guitar when I was young. So, that was in that initial stage that let me know that there's a possibility of me going to that field as a career.
Right.
In the music industry.
Did you have in your mind a particular theme that you wanted to contribute to, or was it just because you knew you had the talent, or was there a deeper meaning to you wanting to get into the industry? It makes sense?
Sir, Mr. Man, we always try for me as a detailed lyricist, but if I could choose, if I could pick a side, it would be more on the positive, positive. So if people could learn from my lyrics in terms of, be positively encouraged, I guess that is the part of music that I love to make people learn, and in terms of positivity. I say, to be positively enriched in the mind. So
right.
That is one of my goal as a musician. To teach people to make that I don't want to come up negative. Besides positive, it would be like humor to make people laugh.
Right.
I say.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've seen the growth from where you've come from to where you evolved into, which is great in itself. So I've seen the growth. When you look at the dancehall industry, especially the 90s of which you're talking about initially, those were the glory days of dancehall. Dancehall was like really, really great back then, But at some point during that journey, we find that dancehall is getting a bad rap, to even the extent that, I used to love, and I still do love dancehall, right? I remember from the days of you, Roy, and coming up to the days of Admiral Bailey, Stitchy, of whom you were talking about. All these guys, Papa San, Lecturer, you name them. All these guys had some really great lyrical content. Then as you further through the years, something is going on. Something's going on that we in the other side of the world is now picking up a vibration that we really don't want to be associated with, And it's like we have to seek and find the talent that really does exist out there, One of the reasons why when Kerry Lopez, for instance, told us about yourself, and I did my little research, I said, okay, yeah, let's have this guy on, because I really loved what you had to say in a lot of your music. I love the humor part. And when I heard the humor part, as a matter of fact, when I was doing the jingle, I said, I'm going to use this one because there's a lot of humor in it. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about the industry. But we find that in places like Germany, for instance, who say reggae dancehall is losing its flavor. We're here in Japan, they're saying the same thing. We're here in various parts of the world, they're saying the same thing. And I'm asking myself, when will Jamaican artists wake up to what's really going on in the rest of the world? What is your assessment of what you're picking up? Because you're in the thick of it amongst the people then, you know? What is it you pick up that maybe we need to know?
I think it's the producers. First thing, we know time change and everything, but I think if there's a change, it could change. It should change for the better and not for the worse, And first thing, I think the current producers them and artists, I would say, are straying from the root of the music. You know what I say? Because I would say in Trinidad it's calypso. And I don't think that nobody could stray away from calypso and make it a trap calypso. Because calypso is calypso. It is a genre by itself. You know what I say? So Jamaica dancehall and reggae is baseline. Baseline and drum, And I think they should make new rhythm with bassline and drum. It can be new, bassline drum, because from the 80s, you have the 80s music, and then you have the 90s. And Dave Kelly them come make new rhythm with bassline, different from the 80s to early 2000s.
Yeah.
So the rhythm them is the first thing, I mean, enough time producers come to me, and say, yo, so a crossover rhythm. Yeah, maybe sing a song for them, we sing for them. Not for them rhythm the 1 and 2 time, but you still cannot make it be the dominant rhythm them, or the trap rhythm them, be the dominant rhythm them of our culture. Because our culture, I would say, consists of drum and bass dancer, So I guess it's because of the generation, but I mean, as I said, Trinidad calypso never changed. The only thing changed is you have new calypso. So you can't change a genre, but now it's like they change the genre to a different thing. But now hear no authentic beat. I do some snare in the rhythm them. The rhythm them just so internationally, like Germany and Japan, who is a great contributor of our music. When they compare them the rhythm there with now, they're gonna say something missing. Because we now feel that energy that we get from the drum and the bass them, from the rhythm them. You know what I mean? Next thing, we talk about the rhythm now, the artists them know, the topic where the artists them are put now. Because they go hand in hand in the rhythm and then you have the topic.
Yeah.
And the artists them know the topic them is just monotonous. It's just the same thing over and over.
Bad mind.
This, that. Yeah,
you're
this,
too
that.
bad mind. You're too bad mind.
Yeah.
People in Jamaica will probably live as the current younger folks probably have it as nothing but outside, outside of this realm. Yeah, people who are looking in and people gonna compare this with that as a no, said this was more cultural, it is more Jamaican, it is more reggae, it is more dancehall. You know what I said?
Yeah.
Because remember, you have a hip-hop culture and you have dancehall culture. Me, I love hip-hop culture too. You know what I said? But it has to be a separate. And I want to say, hip-hop culture emerged from dancehall.
Yeah.
To the knowledge that I got. You know what I said? So we have to the beat them and the lyrics them, the topics them I should say, are just no. That's why Mighty Crown them even say them are retired. People say there's not What about the authentic music we love? I mean, I talk not old people from Germany and Japan. I said that we're talking young people.
Yeah,
I said that.
yeah.
Is what I said.
But here's the crazy science of it all. I still believe that even though they say reggae dancehall is losing its essence, right? I still believe there are going to be some who's going to capitalize from it hugely across the world. You know?
Yeah, usually,
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
now,
man,
I guess my next question to you, which is kind of linked, is, how do you view the image of dancehall at the moment? Because image plays a big part. When you look at Jacure's situation, when you look at the shooting, the killings, they're linking it all with lyrical content.
Yeah, I mean, dance always have a gangster image, to a limit, from Super Cat them and Josie Wales them time, You know what I say? Kind of have Super Cat as Batman DJ, Josie Wales. You know what I say? But I think it was never going over the edge. You know what I say?
Yeah.
So and artists from back then, you know, go prison too, because Toots and them man they go prison. But the artists go prison to see me, and thing. So, but the image, I should say, because I was coming to that, yeah, it is, but it because of we are living in a presently social media era, so everything is under a microscope. So everything you do is just under a microscope. So, in terms of like a Jacure, a Vibes Cartel, I think it shines a negative image on the culture.
Right.
Shines a negative image. And with as I say, the topic of the present artists them just sing about scamming. The topics are monotonous. And they talk about image and dressing. But for the man, them a DJ on stage, them other parts, they weird on yourself. We ain't see it, we don't like it. So that's about image. You know what I say? So that does give a negative image for the whole thing. People say, yo, drop on the pants, man. You know what I say? So it don't look good.
Are dancehall artists aware of what the mind thought is on dancehall? Because they're tying reggae and dancehall together, But also, the Mobos, I do believe they've taken reggae dancehall off the category now.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure if the Grammys have done the same thing. I need to look further into that. But is Jamaica aware of the mind thought of what's going on, especially where reggae dancehall is concerned? Are they mindfully aware?
The majority, the people, they don't care. But probably the musicians, and the original musicians and artists who, were there before, have a problem with it because, they especially like me, who live in both worlds from the past to now. So we're always gonna compare. We have to. We don't have a choice. You know what I say? And we can't have a chance. Yeah, man. I mean, the younger youth, they have talent, they have talent and things. But I think because a man DJ about scamming and a man DJ about, so yo, me have to work some up, me have to do this and me have to do so. Everybody just follow. And everybody was following negatively.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess, but the fans, so the fans just come like the artists and the fans are the same thing, But I guess it's what they give. I guess it's what they give the fans, It's what they give the fans. People say, no, but what the people them want, but I think it's what you give them. Because I remember when Egyptian, in that Egyptian Turbulence, all of them artists when they busted and the Fantan Moja with a culture style, these are some serious time. The people them did not move away, every man a ton rasta. because of the music that was coming out. Because some people say the music have nothing. The music is powerful because if the music wasn't powerful, but you think that a corporate can give you an ad to do an advert. If you didn't have influence, they wouldn't say, "Yo, sign it to do an advert," because they know you have power, and you do that advert, you can sell their product.
Yeah.
With that music influence you have, so music is a great influence.
Yeah, I actually remember when Egyptian released Serious Time.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in a taxi. I think we were going from Spalding to somewhere in a taxi. And I swear to God, I swear there was a whole load of Christian ladies in that taxi. And one of the ladies had a little boy sitting on her lap. And the taxi driver started playing a series of music, and then Serious Time came on. So the little boy started to sing Serious Time. And can you believe the old granny knock him on the head, one serious conk, boop. Stop singing them devil music. I'm like, what?
You know why? Because of the beat. So they must say, no reggae music and what beat, They're not even listening what the lyrics are saying. Just being conclusive because of the beat. Devil music beat, you don't have time to listen. And enough of the lyrics, what them choose to listen and accept within the Christianity, enough of them music, they are devil music.
So let me ask you before I hand over to Sharon. In all that we have spoken about, and not because you're on this podcast before us, but I just want to pick, where you are mentally, where this reggae music industry is concerned, right? And your involvement in it. Do you feel like there's a sense of responsibility to this genre now?
Yeah, man. You have a responsibility. Once he's an artist, you have a responsibility. Because people listen to your songs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You have a responsibility as an artist, whether you like it or not. He's a role model. He's an automatic role model, Whether you like it or not, because people listen. And, when people hear a song, because I remember when I used to listen to Lieutenant Stitchie. I would like to know Lieutenant Stitchie is involved in no form of negativity. And he has never disappointed me as an artist. Lieutenant Stitchie never disappointed me. So I was so grateful of that.
Yeah.
So I would say now, me being an artist now, you have certain fans that they're not going to look up to you, And I wouldn't want to disappoint my fans. I can't be perfect still, but I wouldn't want to disappoint my fans. Because sometimes some people hear some songs, like the Voices, like I do the song in the Voices, People say it's a powerful song. So the individual that's doing the song, people would like to know that individual at some part of his life has similarity in his real life with the song. The fans would like to know that. And I think that is a plus for the artist.
Yeah.
You don't want to just do things just because you can't do it. You want to do things and live it while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon.
So I was thinking back when we first started the conversation. In school, composition was a very big thing for you in school. So for men, it was always stories, right? Or real life stories. So I think that, listening to you and your music, you kind of flow that way. And spoke of everybody's following, they follow the trend or follow this. You don't seem to be that individual. Like you.
No, I have never followed what's going on. From your DJ, from Fremmo Dignitary, I have never tried to follow what's going on presently. I always try to do my own thing, do my own topics, I get inspired, from a lot of artists. A lot of artists, from the Lieutenant Stitches, the Professor Nuts, the Shine Heads, the Terror Fabulouses, you name them, the Pinchers, a lot of artists, Baby Wayne, and even current artists will still get inspired from now currently. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what it is, though. My point in even saying that is, if you are the individual, you the artist, and you continue to put the positive lyrics out, your fans will follow you. That's how you started, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. You don't seem to be following the trend where, all right, this music gonna bust today, but this is trending over there, I'm gonna go that way. That's not you. This is what I'm seeing from you. So I'm saying, I feel that if all artists just took a step back and say, let me rewrite these lyrics. Let me rewrite these lyrics to spread more positivity. Because unfortunately, it is a problem with the negative lyrics with the younger, much younger. I've seen a 2-year-old. My cousin came to visit, and I seen a 2-year-old, and he was very rambunctious. He wouldn't keep still. And I'm trying to remember the artist's name. It was a Jamaican artist, but it was pure nastiness, pure lyrics, nastiness going on. Matter of fact, I shouldn't call their name. I'm going to leave that alone. But I promise you, when that music came on, that was the only time that boy was quiet. I mean, he came to my home and he's trying to rip down everything. 2 years old. And the artist is talking about shooting up, and that little boy.
Oh, Jesus.
The lyrics. That was scary for me at that age, because of course that's a very impressionable age, but I'm saying now.
And you'll be surprised in 2 days, you most probably will master the lyrics line for line.
Exactly. I was shocked. And I'm saying, now you see, whoever he's around is exposing this child to these lyrics. You know what I mean? That's a problem that's around. But I'm saying, for more artists, you are one of them. Perry Lopez is another. It's the part you're singing about what's happening day to day. You're singing about life.
I always tell Perry Lopez, we just want her to do a natural look there. Because we tell her, when you look at natural look at Kerry, you see how people drawn to you, especially as a female, because, a lot of females wearing is fake. So when you go so natural, you stand out.
Yeah.
When I say you stand out, you do a daddy song, you're gonna stand out. Because how many females, I can't count how many people do a song like that. So you're standing out. You know what I'm saying? You stand out when you do certain things, positive. Back in the 90s, that era there was a different, because even I, back in them time there was a dubplate era, and we used to do about guns. I used to do a lot of gun sound. Because back in them time when we had do gangster tune, it was not just for whenever so we are trying to live the life like we stuff for the artists.
Right.
We got to do them thing there for dubplate, because when you have a bad man song, you get a whole heap of dubplate work. So it was the dubplate purposes that we were doing it for, and it was the thing at the time. Remember I saying? But nowadays it's like the artists them are actually trying to like simultaneously be an artist and a gangster.
Right.
They were aligning both together, right? Living.
Right, but they're trying to prove, they don't want to just walk the walk, they want to talk the talk too. That's basically what it is. It's a bad man lyrics from McGuire. It's a shame, but
nail on the head there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But back to what you were saying though, right? Because I love my dancehall. From back in the 90s. Whether they were talking about gun or whatever they were talking about, it still is not on the level of what's happening now. It was that's the difference. You know what I mean? It wasn't. It was just. That's what made it what it was, because you could say, I could quote some of them now, and I'm like, but you didn't.
For example, it was just the artwork was there.
Right.
The gun songs, the artwork was there. It was like, for example, I could give you an example, like a Terror Fabulous. If you hear some melody, oh, you come and tell me say you're bad, are you wicked? Which I can tell you are real gangster man. Melody, style, the flow.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just
and the artists were living that life. I guess it was pre-social media era still, you know, so. But
yeah,
artists, they were living just an artist life. You know what I'm saying?
But those are the days, though. It's just such a difference now. It's just more.
Yeah, it's a difference. It's a difference.
It's brutal. It's actually brutal because, okay, back to that. Even though they were doing that, those dudes were dressed a certain way. When they walked on the stage, they was crisp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now these ones are looking like, because that pants down at the waist, that's a jail style.
Yeah.
You got
That's
to
what I'm
jail,
talking
take
about.
away your belt, right? You don't have no belt. Your pants go and drop down, right? So they're looking the part. So it's and I think that's what the difference is too.
Yeah.
Walking the walk and talking the talk. So they have to look a certain way, dress a certain way. So there's no prestige to it's just pure.
No prestige. Yeah. We have a problem with it. I know people have a problem with it, but they don't want nothing because they might lose clout. You know, so they just leave it alone. But I'm a person, we have a talk. You know?
Yeah, but you can't have it. But I'm saying, if you don't talk, yes, some of them will get vexed, or I don't even care. Whoever hears this, I'm just saying, you're representing prison itself, your pants. Matter of fact,
you don't look good.
Right. I saw a couple of days ago, there was a runway modeling, right? You know what came on? They were selling the pants tied literally just above the knees as the actual, they've incorporated that now on a runway. It was the stupidest thing I ever seen because it looked so bad. Like, how could you walk? How are you walking? And they're on the runway and they came up with different shirt and the pants was, it's a sin.
They've incorporated that?
They've incorporated it. I watched it and I said, is this a joke? On the runway with the rest of the models and the dudes came out, the shirt was nice, different design, whoever the designer was. And the belt, the pants was just above the knees. Like, look at that. It's just, it's a lot. It's too much. And again, that's just a negative, it's a negative connotation because either they don't know or don't care, but that is what they do in prison. They take away your belt. Why it look that way? You should be trying to stray away from that. It's not a style. Some days of how people represent themselves on stage, it look like it's gone. No, the prestige is gone. Because you're waiting to see these artists come out on the stage and how they dress. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's coming out their mouth, you look at an artist and be like, okay, it's just a song. Now, it's almost like devil music, as they would say. People would say, nah, man, that's some devil worshipping crap. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it represents that. It's a shame. But it's real life. It's real life. So for you, Lazer Maytrixx, though, what do you see for yourself? You know, there's a job to be done, basically. And it looks like you're going to, not going to, but you seem to be staying the course of positivity and helping.
Yeah, man. It's a difference.
Younger ones. You are around the younger ones, and hopefully that, you know, them being around you, they can see, hey, yeah, man, I want to be like him. You know what I'm saying? I like what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, how do you, what I'm looking for, like, how do you see yourself going forward in this reggae music?
I see myself going forward, as you would say, doing positive music, you know, making a change. Because I want to make a change, you know. I want to stand out. I want to know, because I'm not going to be here. We're not going to live forever. See it? So, you know, when my time is up, people can say Lazer Maytrixx was a force to be reckoned with.
To be reckoned with, right.
And reggae music, you know. So, you know, we want to keep it positive. That means people can feel the energy when you're not here physically. Like a Garnet Silk, Bob Marley, a Tenasa. You know, it's like they're gonna live forever. Because generations gonna always be talking about because of the songs what they did. You know, and the positive lyrics.
Right, that is the lyrical content that lives forever. And unfortunately, a lot of these young people don't even realize that it's just the music that they're making is just for now, just to pass the time. They're not thinking of longevity, right? A person like a Garnet Silk resonates because of one about the Mama Africa, or it's never going to go away. It's always going to be represented.
Yeah, when you see young artists emerge with positivity, you know, you have to give hats off to them like a Chronix as a young youth, you know.
Right.
But like nobody is kind of count, you know, because Chronix, how else we can talk about again as young. You know, I say we come with positive lyrics, you know. You know, I say Coffee to do some positive lyrics too. You know, I say.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
As younger artists, younger people, you know. But they can count them by your finger, you know. And they made, you know, they made an impact too with those positive songs that they did, you know. But if you have more younger people coming down and doing more positive songs, you know, it will spread like a domino effect if we have more young people doing that. You know?
I feel like I do not fall into the category of thinking that reggae music is real reggae dancehall music is dead. I just see it as it's here for a time. It's here to do its part, because slowly but surely it's gravitating back to the foundation.
Back to the foundation. Because when we have a thing, and all we know in the pandemic, right?
Right.
And in the pandemic, General B come up to me and say, yo, Lazer, you know, so I start a thing in boombox. I'm saying, yeah, man, I was in the pandemic, everybody was at home, and we bravely, so yo, we just we not do the government. They're gonna do one thing, you know, and everybody did that have a inside and all of them someday. You know, we used to be able to do that thing in the boombox. So people say, yo, we're not afraid, you know, exposed to this and that and that. You know, and we started this live thing. I was one of the first person, you know.
I remember when it started.
Yeah.
You guys used to compete like you were in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I started when I first boombox was I was clashing with the next artist.
Right.
Yeah, King Akeem. You know, but then the time before it made that transition, before we had that earlier time, we were just doing it live without no microphone, and it was a boombox. I had a red boombox, and we used to use it and entertain live without no microphone. That's how we started, you know. And people said, wow, we love this because, you know, live enter artists and DJ live, and they didn't see that for a long time.
Yeah.
So the pandemic was a time when, you know, we do that, and a lot of people get to know about Lazer Maytrixx in that.
Yeah.
And people didn't have they didn't have a lot of choices. Boombox was the thing where people just patriotically say, yo, we used to have a thing named Boombox and Fitness Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right. Fitness Tuesday. That's
patriotically a weight feet, anticipating for that. You know, and then now, after that time, you know, when the time start get free up back now, you have a thing named Robert on Thursday. Robert on Thursday now was showing the original format where reggae and dancehall come from, its sound system, culture.
Right. Near famous, right?
Yeah. The support what it is getting locally and internationally is overwhelming.
It is.
You know? So I'm glad that happened.
Yeah.
You know, people love it. Yeah. So that is I guess is a first step towards changing, you know.
Right.
Yeah. The positivity and dancehall reggae, because you know people say dead, but these are dead. People still doing good music, but and next thing again, you know, Sharon Mango and 10 Star General. Next thing is radio play. You know, we as artists, sometimes it's hard to get mainstream radio play. You know,
unless you spend a portion of money, right?
Unless you spend a portion of money. So that is one of the things now where I just the youth them, not for the youth them we have money, and the one them we have the negative lyrics. You don't know. When I say bills to take care of him kids, he might take that money there and I play that song on the radio. So it's negative which is if it's negative, as long as it can it can play on the radio and I'm getting money, he might play it. So it just spread like wildfire, man. And I don't think that will mash up the business.
How much input do you have, especially when it comes to recording for any particular producer? Are you allowed to write your own lyrical content and that's accepted, or do they want you to conform to whatever it is they're trying to portray?
You have some producers. To them, know me, are very talented and self-praise myself. But sometimes they come to you with different. They come to you and say, "Yo, this more want, or that more want," you know. All right, for like 2 years ago, this German label give me a ready, but I said they want a bad man song. They want a, but we do it one way still where it was very creative. We do a song named Fighter Jet for a German label. And in that song, I tell Boom Dan the man dance about Fighter Jet. So them say they want a song, they want like a gangster song. So we do that song. I say, Boom City never call the name of the song. I bring the song for some youth of Germany. I did it about 2 years ago, but I see them start promoting now. Then fight. Where's the go call Boom City name? And I say, Boom City Fighter Jet. You know? But it's a song where people like it and they have a dance with Germany.
Right.
So as I said, as you know, as answer the question, sometimes producers come to you, but me still doing my career, you know, I just positivity most, and that's my advice.
Right.
Positivity.
Right.
You know.
What is the general theme of especially when it comes to your name in the circuit? Are people really warming up to Lazer Maytrixx, or is there some considerable road to gain? Can you hear me?
Yeah, just repeat that now, because the audio is cheaper.
Yeah, so where your name is concerned in the industry, you know, what are people really saying? What are you picking up from the people about you as an artist?
Well, people have me as a lyricist, for one thing.
Okay.
You know, people compare me to the top of the chain lyricist from a long time. You know, because I will think when we saw, you know, when I just come to Jamaica, you know, different from Anthony Cruz, and we did me Busy Signal. Sean have introduced me to Busy Signal. And we used to go check Busy Signal. And me and DJ my lyrics them. Busy Signal, always listen to me. At the time Busy Signal, I did have a lyrics to him. Me up in the pharmacy. And Busy Signal, me have a DJ for him. At the time, I have a song where I say, me have all type of girl, and I say, "True, me get faith. Mary J give me the blige for me walking. Britney stung for me spear and I say she want broky. Natalie says she cool, she wicked, she monkey. Kelly, pay the price. See me take her a Kentucky. Cheryl Crow, like a chicken when me plucky. Walk with me in a U.S.A. Never play stocky. She would Tracy love Chapman. We deal with her monkey. So you know all the type of thing the Busy used to love them something.
I love it. I love it. You see, you have to use your mindset to write lyrics like that. And to me, songwriting, like a few months ago, I wrote a post where I said it seems like real authentic songwriting is dying a death in the industry. You know what I mean?
That's the next thing I'll do Sharon Mango said. It's like, for the present artists them, Because when we are writing lyrics, we have to be some boy, we want to go deep in the rhyming. We want you them just still they don't care about they don't even rhyme. So for these songs, they don't even rhyme.
Yeah.
We are trying to triple and double rhyme and them something there. Because we want to be creative, you know, we want when people hear them say, work was put in these lyrics. Work was put in. You know?
Right. Makes sense.
Well, you know, one of the things that I love about you as an artist, one of them is your tone. You have an awesome tone.
Yeah, people always love it.
I actually see you as especially where dancehall is concerned. There's a few people that I try to encourage as best I can. And I'll share one of the names with you. But General, I rate him 100% because he's bringing back content that makes you want to listen. You know what I mean? You have to listen to what he's saying. Love it. And then you kind of fall into that rain as well.
People, every time we do an interview, people always mention Bada General name.
There you go.
You know, so Bada General produced 10 songs with me right now. 10 songs Bada General produced.
I saw you were on a couple of his releases, yeah. But I don't know if I have so much release with you.
Because I have a song where I do film on a Black Shade Rhythm. I don't know if you hear that song.
Oh, I think I may have heard that. I think I may have heard that one. Blacker Shade.
Yeah,
and it's out now, right?
Yeah, man. Blacker Shade, Google it right now. See, when I say, Bada General, give me the rhythm and figure body too. Like the rock of Billos and Shabba, me I go body too. Bada General, give me the rhythm and figure body too. Like the rock of Billos. Song name last year's. Right now, the Almighty man of praise. Wicked man, who no fit change in no ways. You know, so we living at the last days. Stay focused, nobody against. Bada General rhythm. Blacker Shade rhythm.
Yeah.
Bada General is under rhythm. Win Wonder is under rhythm. Was is under rhythm. Galaxy P. You know? My song is a great favorite under rhythm.
Okay.
I have a song named Sound.
Right.
Yeah, man. Bada General produced a couple of songs with me. Some songs to be released on this label. Yeah, man. Because Bada General come from the same place where me come from, you know, in America, you know.
Oh, same place.
Yeah, but I don't know Bada General long time. Long time, you know. Bada General also was a selector named Fraggy. I used to select for All Nut Sound.
Fraggy Man Squad.
Yeah. All Nuts, and then Pieces, and then Billy Sound here, Mad Squad.
Right.
So when we hear Bada General a DJ, you know, we couldn't believe, you know, because we know Fraggy is a bad selector. So when we a DJ a long time, you know, I do dub for him, you know, we never see him DJ. So when we hear him a DJ, just not just him a DJ exceptional well with that big voice. That's how we get the voice there. People start saying, yo, Young Bada General have a vibes, you know, like people that say, yo, Young Bada General will do a song, you know. And people are, you know, saying something to him too. About the fact Bada General just come check me the other day. Me and him did go do a show. He had a show, the Dancing Dynamite, and me and him go down there. You know, he just flew back to the United States. Yeah, man, Bada General, version like that, but every day me and him talk.
Right.
Original Fraggy.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
now I can understand why two of you rate each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tell you what I want to do. I just want to play just one of those songs.
Bada General, give me that. Bada General, give me that rhythm and figure, praise the creator. Bada General, give me that rhythm and figure, body top. Like you rock up a loss and Shabba, you go body. Bada General, give me that rhythm and figure, praise the creator and chant down Babylon. Right now, the Almighty man praise. Wicked man with a fit change. You must be living at the last days. Still focused on the gains. Right now, the Almighty man a praise. Wicked man with a fit change no ways. Right now, the fire can't stop blaze. Stay focused on the gains. Black people, it's like we are slave again. Everybody living up here, nobody not brave again. Time for unite, nobody fight with me neighbor them. So for too long, how we can't take no pain again. Freedom a choice, them a try take away. But we now make Babylon get there. True we poor, me don't know what them checks there. I want to them bad. Hey.
Boy, I tell you, big tune.
It's his tone. You know what I'm saying? It's just his tone, man. Just carry the swing. Is what it is.
But I should never give it a rhythm and figure about it too.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love it. I love that. I love that. Part.
Star, people ask me why I said that part. But I said, but I should never give it a rhythm and figure about it too. Like to rough up Fabulous and Shabba. I have to explain that part. The reason why I said that is because Terror Fabulous and Shabba are perceived to be the best rhythm riders.
Yes.
They can ride rhythm the best. So when the Bad General bring the rhythm to me, me say, Bad General give me that rhythm and figure body top, like Terror Fabulous and Shabba. They go body top. That means they go bad up the rhythm, ride the rhythm like a Terror Fabulous.
Yeah.
And a Shabba Ranks.
And I want it to be known that Terror Fabulous is my #1 DJ. That man is bad. He's second to none. Terror Fabulous.
I'm a virgin man.
And it's just so sad what happened to him, you know. Yeah. But you know, we pray, you know, the best for him. But he is one of the best when it comes to rhythm riding, and like you say, Shabba too. And you know, especially when I hear, okay, let me do this one. Yeah, let me just do this. All right.
About to just drop it. Yes, please.
Yo, how this?
You must know a Vibes Cartel.
Do a star, yo!
Life and about my freedom.
Yo, world boss, a long time.
If you have it out there, I must get it. You know that.
You know, at this I go on a road and you need to know. Hey, from you say business, every girl want go you tech, want get the education where you get. Still, look like them afraid of you. Everything go on a road, them a blame.
Pull it up again, pull it up again. Pull it up again.
Vibes Cartel.
Cartel.
Listen to his flow, listen to him ride the rhythm.
Freedom.
Yo, world boss, a long time the boy them lock you up, you know.
Maybe long, but not forever.
You know, Adi, at this I go on a road and you need to know. Hey, from you say business, every girl want go you tech, want get the education where you get. Still, look like them afraid of you. Everything go on a road, them a blame you. Incarceration or frustration. Don't worry, you two them a lock the nation. Cause a slim, still patriotic. You still rate you and slimmatic. But them not the go-go club, still at it. Mustache parlor, girls, them not chop it.
Blood fire!
Hey, I didn't even remember that song there. You know what song with that song there?
You forget about that one there, right?
You forget about that song there. No, I didn't even remember saying do a song like that.
You see, you've done your tone is what is needed in the industry. The flow is needed back. The rhythms, real authentic rhythms, which you know provides the pillars of
that song. I did that song 2012.
Right.
2012.
Wow.
Imagine.
Look how good it sounds. I'm saying even if it was to re-release, it would still be relevant.
Yeah, because listen, no, I said, well, you know, somebody forget about that song there.
Yes, you do.
TikTok.
Yes, you do.
A Sharon Mango right now, you know, and 10 Star General, you know. Me really sister that song I did, but I never know that song, but I said, well, I'm really limited. Sharon Mango, 10 Star General, SPRP Radio Podcast. Boy, them take out that song, but was that song, but till now.
Jesus. It is relevant. I was like, now say the song 2012. You would think that just dropped, re-release that.
Yeah.
Re-release. And that's you for do.
Even just do a video for it or something, you know.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a video for you. I'm gonna do a video for you. Because we do that song for Builders Music. Builders Music.
Right, right.
Gildas Music is a producer that has a Grammy too, because he do some work with Junior Gang and some producer Grammy. He's that violin, that Theron is his name from Grand Spin. And the GLO song that I voiced was for his nephew.
Okay.
So when I voiced the GLO song, they say, yo, me have a rhythm same time, I'm saying, and I say, all right, because the lyrics, the time Cartel just got jail for them time then. It was like a year, not even a year, because he went to jail like 2011, but the ending part of the year. So like, 2012 now, at the beginning of the year, I said, I'm going to do that song, and I did the song on the spot. But I didn't even remember saying voice a song. I didn't even remember nothing about it.
See that?
Long time ago.
You did that. You did that.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to round up. And one of the things that we want to encourage you to do is to keep uplifting, you know what I mean? Because I would say to you, even more than the country that you may have been brought up in, which is Jamaica, there's a whole different world out there that is looking towards Jamaica to bring it back to where it needs to be.
I'm wanting this to, before we even go, because I've been to Europe. I'm going to give the artist that credit. They might give him some backlash, and I still have to give him some credit. Elephant Man took me on tour to open for him.
Okay.
All over Europe. First place I went was Belgium, Germany, Sweden, Italy, Paris. Elephant Man took me all of them places to open shows for him. So when I went to Germany, when I went to Europe, I see the power of reggae and dancehall. I see the power there.
Right.
So me, I open my eyes and I look at things differently towards dancehall and reggae, and that's why I see how the people there's a need for original, authentic dancehall reggae music from the root of Jamaica.
Yes.
So when they're not getting that, they have it. There's a problem. So what's happening to Jamaica? Where is the original dancehall and reggae that island, that root is known for? Where is it? So yeah, man.
We need that lyrical content which is gonna make you laugh, or even if it is sexually motivated, whatever it is, that there's a slight humor to it, but also there's so far you're gonna go lyrically, you know what I mean? Because as we know, children also pick up these lyrical content. I remember the days like how you were talking about Lieutenant Stitchie. One of his songs that always comes to mind, younger wear your sight, younger wear your size, you know what I mean? Humor in lyrics, and people could dance to it and they could sing along to it. Sing-along songs has even died a death somewhat.
10 Star, Banner General, bring a rhythm to me today, the Buster Rhymes rhythm, where he made the rhythm just like how Sean is did it with and we are on the ground, that song that him. So he said, I'm it's a human song and that rhythm.
Right.
Hungry guy. When people hear them want to play that song, they're a million times. I talk about some guy like hungry. Be a human in that song, on the Buster Rhymes.
Has it released it yet?
Yeah, man, you release it. So yeah, man, release it.
Oh, I see. I need that. I need that. I need it.
The Buster Rhymes.
I have to go look for it because he's on my WhatsApp. He normally sends me a lot of stuff, Yeah. But we are highly rated, man, and we're vouching because we look towards you as the future, of our industry. And because we believe in you. I always said a long time ago, I didn't want to have no more dancehall artists on my show, you know what I mean? Because I was really, really disappointed,
Yeah.
So for you to break through that mold, speaks volumes.
It does.
It really does speak volumes. So we're vouching for you, and we want to continually encourage you We want you to know we're going to be paying attention to what you're doing as per normal. When you release good music, we're going to be here buying that music and making people know, say, look out for Lazer Maytrixx, you know what I mean? You know, so we want to encourage you and we wish you all the best for your future, you know, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man,
Anything you want to say before we round up?
Yeah, man, I want to say big up SPRB Radio podcast with the beautiful Sharon Mango and the General, which is 10-star General. You know what I say? Respect. And I want to say big up to all of the fans. I want to say big up to my son Kian, my two daughters them in Miami, Jada and Jillian. Big up my mother Olive. Big up Warlord son. You know what I say? Big up Renee. You know what I say? And I want to say rest, arise in power. Boom down the mic. R.I.P for the real soldiers, them we pass on God. No one forever me charge it. Your memory shall live on. Sharon Mango, pour some liquor on the ground for the people them we pass on God. No one forever me charge it. To all fallen soldiers, them, you know? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Sharon, go to the final phase of the show.
Okay, so the final phase, but let me say my little piece before the final phase. Lazer Maytrixx, it's been a pleasure and an honor.
Yeah,
you are truly an amazing individual. Your positivity, your outlook for the future, I'm so in love with, because you will pull people together to follow your lead, not you lead, follow your lead.
Yeah, man, respect, man, respect.
You know what I'm saying? To the right way. So we do 100% believe in you. I'm looking forward. I'm so looking forward to what God has planned for you, my friend. Don't change. Stay on your course. Stay on your course, because I'm telling you, your time is coming for the world to really know who you are. And I'm so excited to see that. For sure. That's like from my heart.
Yeah, man.
So the next phase of the show, you're welcome. So if there's anybody else in the audience, we always give people in the audience a chance to ask you a question, or whatever song you did made them feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Blew their minds. So we're going to go to who's in the room now. I'm going to ask if there's anybody who would like to say anything to Lazer Maytrixx. Please unmute now if you can. If there's anybody, don't be shy. Say what you got to say. Well, you know, Rankin, and I am expecting you to say something, you know, because this guy is a lyrical genius. You know what I'm saying? You were these lyrics. And yes, you got to say something to him. You have to.
Miss Mango, you always call me out, but luckily I can speak at this moment. So first of all, big respect to you. I just love the quality and the vibe of your lyrics.
Yeah.
And the balance between the seriousness and the humor. Lazer Maytrixx, you've got it going on. So big respect for that. And you're new to me. So thank you, Mango and 10 Star, for bringing this great artist, you know, to our attention. And I just want to say to you that, as you probably see, because of the environment we are now in, it's very hard when you have the quality of your lyrics and the vibe of your lyrics to get the exposure, because as we know that the popular artists are the ones that are kind of bringing down the whole genre. And I think it's really interesting that you noted, because a lot of people are not recognizing that the radio stations have got a mega part to play. Yeah. And I know that if the radio stations were just to switch and actually start playing like your kind of music, and the kind of quality reggae music, it could change the whole vibe, you know, in Jamaica and in rollout. And even though I know we say that some of the kind of, they call it trap music, it's not music, trap people them, and afford to pay to get their music played, it goes deeper than that. So I think with the radio stations, even someone like you paid, they will still take your money and still not play your music, because they have this thing about what the people want. I think the radio station got a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
They had the, you know, the kind of integrity to raise the quality of music again, they could turn it around. I think we need to kind of work on these radio stations. So when I'm in Jamaica and I listen to things like R.I.P, a lot of people tune in, all ages, and they, you know that because they're ringing in now, you know, making calls. So we know people listen to the radio. We know that.
R.I.P is the #1 radio station in Jamaica, what most people listen to.
Yes. And what I noticed in the last few years of me listening to R.I.P, I actually feel embarrassed that like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they're playing all this X-rated music. And it's like, it's not music, as I said, it's just raw, below the belt lyrics. And they think that's a good thing. And I'm thinking, how can radio station managers not see that this is actually destroying the music, you know? But as I said, I love the fact of what you're doing. And I love the fact you're not afraid to speak out about things that people are afraid to talk about, like things like the way some of the artists them dress, you know, because I will talk about how some of the women will dress. And I think it's a shame that they feel the need to, you know, bear.
A lot of these women, I mean, everybody wants to be a sex symbol. Everybody doesn't have to be a sex symbol. And that's how a lot of these women are attiring themselves as a sex symbol. Come on.
Yeah, and I think I love the fact you talk about the men, because usually I try not to talk about the men, say to me, them say me chat about man too much. So, but the way these men wear their trousers and think it's attractive, seriously. So I love the way you feel able to talk about those kind of things. I think we need to pull it back to, you know, being people of quality, you know, where people can look at what we're doing, you know, as a genre and respect. So as I said, total respect to you for that. So before I go, Mr. Maytrixx, I'm going to ask you a very personal question. So if you don't answer it, please feel free not to answer this question, but it is personal. Don't tell me off, Miss Mango. Mr. Maytrixx, do you have any visible tattoos?
No, I have no tattoos.
Thank you. Now, I respect you so much because, you see, I think people like you can be an example to show people, say, respect the beauty of their natural skin. You don't need to put ink on your skin to be somebody.
I know a lot of people with tattoos still, but it was just never my thing. It was just, tattoo was just never my thing. And I remember I was living in the States at the time where it was the thing, you know, before it was for people. But it was just never my thing to have tattoos, and I've never got them. From I was younger, so I would never get them now.
And I really respect that, because I just think it's such a trend now that it's kind of like you know, it's just taken on people's minds where the painting of their bodies is more important than anything else. So I hope people can look at you and see you can have it all going on and have your beautiful natural skin with no ink on it. With that, I'm going to say thank you for, you know, all you've given us, you know, in terms of your music and yourself, and just to remain a wonderful, authentic dance hall artist. So enough respect to you and all the love for the future. Thank you, Miss Mango and 10 Star. Over and out.
Big up ranking Ann. Are you my banking fan?
Thank you, Mr. Ranking and checking out now.
Thank you, Miss Audrey Hall.
Audrey Hall, yes. But can she? Because I think she's Audrey. Can you? Oh yes, she. Audrey.
Maybe I'm muted. Maybe not.
No, her mic is open. Audrey, can you hear us, Audrey? Audrey Hall.
Maybe not. Okay. Let's go to
Audrey. Where's Audrey? She probably gone to laundry.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Anyway, we're gonna round it up there, and we
you
just
see Jerry Harris is in here, right? Did you know that 10 Star?
Yeah. I mentioned his name, but
okay.
Yeah. But we want to encourage you to just keep on keeping on, and changing the dynamic. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot weighing on your shoulders, and to me, something tells me this is going to be a breeze for you, because music is something that you do genuinely love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as we go forward, I'm hoping that a lot more of the younger youth will take a leaf out of your book. You know what I mean? And wish you all the best for the future, brother. Trust me, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Sharon, you have
Absolutely.
to Miss Audrey Hall.
Oh, look.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey,
can
Audrey.
you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Long
The
time.
legend is in
Long time.
Yes. Long time.
Well, I tell you, I woke up this morning and I picked up my phone and fiddling around with it, and there you were on Instagram about to come on in an hour or so. I
Right.
said, wow, I've got to take this opportunity.
Woo, woo, woo.
And I've never listened to Lazer Maytrixx. The name was new to me. And as I was listening to the interview and the proceeding along, and I was so grateful when 10 Star put some of the music on.
Yeah.
You remember me from my interview. I want the music in
Yes.
the background.
Yeah.
So when you put the music on, I said, oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. Well, Lazer said something about natural. The ladies could, be more natural.
Yeah.
Well, when I got up with my natural hair, I have a hairdo, and it's the kind of hairdo where you let your hair do what it wants to do.
So.
So my hair wants to stand up. So I said, okay, you don't want to be in a bun today. Just do your thing.
Yeah. We love it. We love it same way. Original, natural.
Yeah, but with Lazer Maytrixx, yes, I love that you changed and you morphed into someone from what I'm listening to you saying about when you first started to going out and your eyes got opened to the power of the music. That speaks to the person within, and being exposed to you now, I like you. And the tone, like 10 Star General said something about the tone, and Sharon too. You have that kind of tone that does remind me of Shabba Ranks. It's a tone that's you're riding the rhythm, but you're on key.
Yes.
Yes.
And what you really are is by nature a singer, but you choose to spit your lyrics, which I think is an amazing talent, because I cannot do it. As biddy 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 and you have to have the physical ability to keep those lyrics hitting like a machine gun almost,
Yeah, what you said about a singer being a DJ. Some artist said that to me. A singer named Hezron Clark said that to me.
Yeah.
I know Hezron. I know him.
That was his
Yeah, because when you combine the ability to bring all of those lyrics, riding the rhythm perfectly, and you have tone, come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking up and listening to more of your music.
Yeah,
man. Respect.
But Lazer, you know about Miss Audrey Hall, right?
You know her? Do you know who you're talking to?
Miss Audrey Hall, sing some lyrics for him, please. Some of your classics. Do a little medley.
One dance, just one do.
Wow.
That's who you're talking to. Yes, sir.
You think one dance will do, then I'll go home with you. You're crazy.
I love that song there.
That man's standing in your way.
That's on the same rhythm, very Stefan.
Yes. My lyrics were an answer to that. Yes, because
it's a pleasure meeting, a great icon like the I. I meet someone like you the other day. I met Kamal the other day.
That's my sister.
Her sister. That's her sister.
Yeah.
You mean like sister,
Blood,
sister?
blood sister.
Actual mother and father sister. Grew up together from infancy.
I mean, I never know, but she just remind me of Pamal.
Yeah. See
That's
that?
amazing. That's amazing. Now that is spiritual.
I mean, Pamal she was doing the show in St. Anne the other day. Kerry Lopez was on the show. And then she was at Dancehall Reggae Thursday a couple weeks ago, and she had her daughter doing the harmony. And her daughter was doing the harmony.
Is it Tafina?
Yeah. And why? Pamal, me I tell you, say, Pamal, you and Pamal, I didn't even realize it was you, because, and if they didn't bring it, because I mean, I said, 100. So everything just come back to me now. That classical type of thing, the Pamals, Pamal, Audrey Hall.
Yeah, Audrey Hall. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. I said the guy don't recognize he's in the midst of royalty, man.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, those singers are iconic singers when we love and me and you. The J.C. Lodge. Me I said the Pamal, R.J.L., J.C. Lodge, Cynthia Splash. Me I said?
Yes.
Get the artists there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see that? When you come on SPRB, man, you never know who gonna join in, and look at that. It's a blessing. You see?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a blessing. A blessing.
But we definitely wish you all the best for the future, brother. And you heard it from the legend herself, and she not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? No. So everything she said is authentic.
And look how coincidental it is. Because I said I meet Pamal the other night.
Yeah.
And I tell her, it was a because people that said, when the MC introduced Pamal, people was like, well, listen, if you say she's still at the Vice, like yesteryears.
Yeah.
She sound just like her record. She sound just like the record.
Yeah.
Just like what we did love, when she bring up her daughter, man, and her daughter do the harmony, I said, what's her daughter, man? So, Audrey, big up yourself.
Thank
big up yourself. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to converse with such an iconic figure.
Yeah. I see a friend of mine too, Jerry Harris.
Yes, Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry is in the background, I think.
Another legend.
Just say hi and shout out to everybody.
Yeah. I think he's in the background somewhere away from his computer, more than likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, Jerry would never miss out on that opportunity.
No, he would never. Jerry, no, not Jerry Harris.
Yeah. But Sister Audrey, it's great to
Audrey,
see you.
thank you so much.
And
I'm gonna be in touch, Audrey. Audrey, I'm gonna be in touch because I'm gonna be in touch, sister.
Okay, great. I think I have your phone number. I've been meaning to reach out.
You got my number. Yeah, you do. And so we need to reach out. But yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, and when you two talk, Sharon, the 15th of July, please mention that because we would like her to be there.
Okay, then I will. Yeah, I'll call her. I will.
We're going to bring a proposal to you, Sister Audrey.
Okay.
Which is very, very important for the industry. So we'd love for you to.
Yeah, it's up to the industry.
But Sharon will mention it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe we can have Lazer Maytrixx there too, representing the younger ones.
We will, but but you know what? I was thinking that too. But Lazer, you and I will have a combo because there's a lot of music on this side. I'm in the States, just so you know. But I have a lot of music.
What part of the States are?
I'm in New Jersey.
New Jersey, okay.
I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, we ain't Miami, none of the parts. I'm in New Jersey, and yes, we will talk because I have things over here I would like you to listen to. Studios in the basement. Okay. So you know.
I know that New Jersey style, man.
Yeah, listen. authentic. So, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, I'll get in touch with you about what this thing that we're going to be doing, because you are actually one of the ideal individuals representing the younger masses. So, but we'll talk about that when that comes along. But we thank you again. I'm so happy you got to talk to Audrey Hall. Audrey, I cannot thank you for coming on, but it's a big deal that this legend was. No, it's true. It's considering you met her sister.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to end the show with R.I.P.
What an ending! Oh my God!
I cannot.
Yes, R.I.P.
I cannot end the show without you again expressing about Boom Dynamite.
Yeah. The real general, name Stenstar General, just for the name sake, they name it for a reason.
And I'm a DNA.
Right.
Yeah, Boom Dynamite. You got Boom Dynamite, man, aka Donovan Herman Stewart. Great individual, gone too soon. The whole world miss you, the whole world a cry. It was last night, we did Boombox, and we also did a candlelight for Boom Dynamite last night at Boombox. You know what I say? So big up all of the people that were, big up all of the people them, all of my fans them, who follow Lazer Maytrixx. You don't know Lazer Maytrixx is LAZER Maytrixx on Instagram and on Facebook and on what the name TikTok. It's LAZERMATRIXX 3 on TikTok. You know what I say? And on YouTube, you can just type in LAZERMAYTRIXX Lazer Maytrixx.
You know the craziest thing about this song? When I heard it, I thought you had seriously done a tribute to Boom Dynamite, because the way it was laid out was just so coincidental.
And if you look at my TikTok page, I did this song 3 years ago. And one of the first time I did it live, it was me and Boom Dynamite. If you go on my TikTok page, you will see me and him performing the song. Because we were performing it for a stone of selector named Baba D, what had died. So me and Boom Dynamite when Boombox was in its initial stages.
Right.
Me and Boom Dynamite, so we're gonna do this song for Baba D, a stone of selector. You know what I'm saying? So we were doing it, and just the unfortunate situation when now he died.
Yeah.
We end up, this song, when this song I play Boombox, this song was Boom Dynamite favorite song. There's a lot of videos I have with him in the video.
Yeah.
And what you're saying, that it seems like I did it for him, a lot of people saying that.
Yeah.
When that song I dropped a CV the other night, Bounty Killer come over to me and said, Lazer, I did song this, the song I will feel that song. Bounty Killer, come to me.
Yeah.
I said that. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Well, we're going to end the show. It's been an absolute pleasure interacting with you. We have Kerry Lopez to thank for that. Sharon and I really do.
Yeah, man, big up Kerry Lopez. She's a force to be reckoned with right now. She's out of Jamaica right now. Daddy, and Full Time Violence we see.
Yeah.
Big song from there. Big artist, good vibes.
Yeah, that's a big song.
She's getting Queen Africa comparisons, because a lot of people who didn't know about her thought it was Queen Africa that did the song. A lot of people, but they are getting to know that it's Kerry Lopez because she's making a name for herself within the industry.
Yeah.
Presently.
Yeah. Well, Lazer Maytrixx, I salute you, brother. And here we go.
I'm a charge. I'll be gone so soon. I me just see her yesterday afternoon. That's why me say tomorrow's not promised. Love thy neighbor, don't keep no malice. You're there in a heaven, in a God polish. Me friend was a true gallus. So me say R.I.P for the real soldiers, them may pass and gone. No one forever, charge it, your memory shall live on. Would if you pour some liquor on the ground for the youth, them may pass and gone. No one forever, charge it, your memory shall live on. I never do nobody nothing at all. Dog, you innocent, the one of the crew. From the lane there, I represent your bodyguard. Father for the place, the president. We are gonna miss your presence from in the residence. Hey, baby mother can't bear the pain. She ball out when she hear the name. Things will never be the same. The game of life no fair. R.I.P for the real soldiers, them we pass and gone. No one forever. Charge it, your memory shall live on. Who if pour some liquor on the ground for the youth, them we pass and gone. No one forever. Charge it, your memory shall live on. What's the frequency? Remember when we used to joke and laugh? Remember when we have floss and a bra? Remember when we pocket them soft? John Star, you was the real breadwinner. You got life tougher now. But me nah make your youth them suffer yo. Nah go make them go down in the gutter so. Hey, this what me out of yo. R.I.P for the real soldiers, them me pass and gone. No one forever. Charge it, your memory shall live on. Who if pour some liquor on the ground for the youth, them me pass and gone. No one forever. Charge it, your memory shall live on. Never give up, me say me still not tried it. One of the baddest thing they on the planet. Me get a rhythm, say me have to ban it. Lazer Maytrixx.
Think I'll give me flowers.
Lazer Maytrixx, you've proven consistently over the year that you're one of the best lyricists in the history of...
I'm shocking you, Natro.
Deservingly, you get your flowers while you're alive. Sure, give me flowers now, me can't wait. Me hate when you're dead and them I tell you say you're great. Me have the powers now, never lose faith. But the keepers, them are still hold the gate. Me in a rage, I know. Tired of the cage, I know. Me want the for Essence magazine front page, I know. Me want the paper, yo. Now tell me about later, yo. Me ready for make it, ready for take it, yo. Boom. Every day me get up and poverty, me face can't take the poor life for the money me a chase. The love for music, I eat me embrace. Me no want no distraction, enough for me way. Me can't left me down, I'm gonna chase that.
Pull it up again, pull it up again, pull it up again.
What is man really doing? So rapid.
I know.
Me get a rhythm, say me love it.
Rapid fire.
Lazer Maytrixx never give up.
Him no normal at all, you know.
Lazer Maytrixx, you've proven consistently over the year that you're one of the best lyricists in the history of dancehall, and it's only deservingly you get your flowers while you're alive. Sure, give me flowers now, me can't wait. Me hate when you're dead and them I tell you say you're great. Me have the powers now, never lose faith. But the keepers, them are still hold the gate. Me in a rage, I know. Tired of the cage, I know. Me want the for Essence magazine front page, I know. Me want the paper, yo. Now tell me about later, yo. Me ready for make it, ready for take it, yo. Boom. Every day me get up and poverty, me face can't take the poor life for the money me a chase. The love for music, I eat me embrace. Me no want no distraction, enough for me way. Me can't left me car, no money now. Make when me look at me, everybody run gone left. Me stress, me beat me chest, nevertheless. Happiness on me goal, me no sell me soul. Never give up on my dreams, and now my fans them dip on me team. I hold your heart off it, be clean, and know me music ready for stream, and know. Hey, nobody wait on me graveside. He come tell me, say me great. Just
well, that's all, folks. That's my line.
Step babe. Let a star do this. That's all, fellas.
That's all.
Can I go home now?
I'm 10-Star General from Stockade Promotions, and I'm out of here. If you enjoy the content we provide on this YouTube channel, then why not help us by subscribing to SPRB Radio Podcast? Thank you in advance.